And when I saw these women, they have tongue, but they don't have voice. And that's why my character is mute.
Yeah.
Because that voice is meaningless. That's a waste.
औरतें हमेशा बिकती रही, कभी बाजारों में, कभी छत और दीवारों में, कभी कोख में, कभी सूप में।
बच्ची अगर बच्ची रहती तो अच्छा था। बच्ची से औरत बनने का टैक्स देना पड़ता है हर औरत को।
This is Brigitte Leloir-Kerakian for Asian Culture Vulture at Cannes Film Festival 2025. We're happy to invite today Tripti Bhoir for Paro movie. Hello, Tripti.
Namaskar and hello.
Hello, it's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
First, I want to say happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Very glad that you're having your birthday here in Cannes.
Can. Yeah, it's every year.
It's every year, actually. You're right.
Yeah.
So you came here for the movie Paro,
Yeah.
which is the story of a bride in slavery, which is a very deep topic. And last year you presented the teaser, the trailer, and this year the movie is finished. Your director is Gajendra Ahire. So tell us about this story. Was it inspired by a book at first?
Actually, no, it's not inspired by a book. This story is inspired. I actually inspired by BBC News Channel. They made one documentary, and Al Jazeera, they made one documentary. I saw that they made in 2012 or 2013. I watched that documentary. I inspired by that, but I was a little shocked too. I was just thinking that is it really happening in India? And then I went for the research in that area in Haryana, UP, Rajasthan, Delhi, and Punjab, and that was really true. So, and that's why I made a film, because it need to be, come to the society.
Absolutely. So did you have difficulties to find the information, to collect testimonies?
Of course.
How did it work?
It's not a normal subject. It's a hidden community. First of all, no one knows that Paro kind of communities exist. And we was knowing only about the women who go for prostitution, they kidnap, but women go for bride slavery or bride trafficking. It's very new. So when I heard about it, I tried to talk with people and no one was having any information. Even the SP of that area, I called him and I said, I want to, talk about, I want to do research about Paro. And he asked me where she lived. And I said, it's not one girl's story. They are lack of women. And then he said, I don't know. Then I asked him, how you don't know? How many months you are there on that chair as a SP? And then he told me, I'm just 2 months I came here. And then I said, see, exactly. This is what I want to see. Is it really happening or not? Or if it is not happening, it means people has, they has correct their self. Now they don't want to do that. They become good. Or maybe they became so smart that it's happening under your nose. That is what I want to see. So I went, and then I understand police was not helping that much. Then when I saw BBC News Channel, I saw one NGO and the NGO founder. I find that founder. I went to him to Delhi and I talked with him. And then he said that area has a very high rate crime. Like every day, 5 to 6 people died there, murdered actually. And which is the number which police knows, which police don't know, that number is different. And he said, you're women, and that's why especially I will say you should not go alone. You should at least go from our NGO, because our NGO is working there for last 18 years. And then he told me, don't go alone. Then I called my mother. My mother is a retired post officer. And I asked her, can you please come with me? Because your experience is more than mine. Taking someone else, maybe you are the correct person, because I will listen you first. And your experience can help me to dangerous situation. And my mother is more mad than me. She said yes, because I'm retired and there is anything do exciting in my life. And if I'm going to do something for these women, I will come. And we went there. We watched. So these paros, the foundation people, they used to call them to some pan patti where they eat pan, cigarette, or some shop. They will call them and they will make them sit behind, not knowing anyone. Likewise, we done a lot of interviews. And one day what happened, one lady was agent who was bringing these girls. And he told me, be serious about it, okay? No filming, no video. She can be dangerous. And my mother till now was trained to do shooting like this. So whenever we go anywhere, so she will keep her mobile like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
You were like
yeah.
detectives or investigators.
Yeah, because they don't want to talk the reality. But after some time, meeting 2 times, 3 times, then they open up. But we want to, cover the story. But when we open the camera, they can't talk. So my mother used to do like this. And we said that, whatever, we have a consent letter also of them. So that my mother, she just keep camera like this. And that lady, somehow she understand they are recording. She came with the talwar, sword, and we ran away from there. So it is like, it's not that easy.
Yeah. Okay. And how did you write the story? Did you co-write it with a writer, or
Yeah.
did you do it on your own, or with your director?
So I am only 10th grade pass in my mother language, Marathi. Don't know English, and as well, I don't know how to script write or do screenplay writing. So I will have the stories, and we was having so many women story. Like we went through like 65, more than 65 women, their stories. So yesterday, what film you saw
Yeah.
was so many people's life things, which we made one necklace, the one pearl, like that. So I was having the story, and I went to my director, who is writer also, and then we both wrote the story.
And how did you prepare your part? Because it's a very difficult part to see this lady at an average age who had such a terrible experience in life, experience with husbands, losing her children. How was it for you to prepare that part?
So I always feel that, see, everyone's childhood is not same, and everyone's childhood decide what you will be. It affect on your work. It reflect on in your life. That's why I'm making this kind of film, because I was abusive child in my childhood. And when I was talking these women, my heart or my soul was connecting with them. I was exactly understanding what they are going through. And watching them, their mannerism as an actor, and I just played that role because I was thinking when I was small how it goes, and maybe that helped me. And when I saw these women, they have tongue, but they don't have voice. And that's why my character is mute.
Yeah.
Because that voice is meaningless. It's a waste.
Thank you for coming to Asian Culture Vulture. We wish the best for your movie and, of course, for social change in India for these women.
Thank you. Thank you to audience also who is watching us. Thank you. Thank you.